Hi guys, my name is Mellissa Holland. I'm the co-founder and executive director of an organization based in Reno, Nevada called Awaken. At Awaken, we work with women and children who are survivors of sex trafficking. One of the things we do, we have a drop-in center. We've got a 2-year transitional house. And then just this year, I'm really proud to say, as a response to COVID, we opened up an education center. In this education center, all of the minors that we work with, these girls that have been trafficked, once they got told they had to do digital days for learning and doing school at home, we opened up 2 classrooms so they're able to come to Awaken and actually do their digital learning on site at our center. We've got a career educator that's there to facilitate their classes. We've got amazing women in the community that come in and they tutor the girls individually. And it's just been an incredible opportunity to see God show up and meet them and help them really not just get through their education, but to see them come alive and to see the material come alive, because we also do these field trips and loads of fun excursions. And then we just get to holistically come around and help them with their healing process. So they have access to their mentors, to their case managers, all in this Monday through Friday school curriculum based kind of program we've got at our new educational center. So we've got a beautiful team that has amazing restorative services. We've got a couple other things we do as well. We've got a prevention program because we want to work ourselves out of a job. We don't ever want to see this happen to any women or children. And so we've got a whole team that does prevention work. They mostly go into the schools and try to work with the youth and help them. You know, we realize like just teaching people about trafficking isn't going to necessarily prevent somebody from being trafficked. But if you love someone well and you come along and you help them with their healing process, you can remove areas of exploitation and areas of vulnerability that a trafficker will try to come in and exploit. And so that's part of the relationship program that we have with the schools and with the kids that are possibly at risk or susceptible. And the other thing we want to do with that is just build empathy in the schools, because maybe it doesn't happen to them. None of them think it will, but maybe it will, maybe it won't. But let's say it doesn't. We want you to still have empathy and love for those that you're in school with, that it does happen to. So we try to walk them through some real life experiences to cultivate and build empathy in these kids as well. So it's not just this singular focus prevention, but really building cultures of love and acceptance within the school system as well around the victims. And then we've got another pillar that we do. So we've got prevention, we've got restoration, and then we do city transformation. And the reason we do city transformation is because when Jen and I first started Awaken, we looked around, and this was in 2010, we looked around at all the programs to see what they were doing, and they were pretty much focused on one thing, and that was getting a safe house. So that's what we thought we were gonna do. God intervened our plans, and he actually said, look, you could take a girl, you could take her off the streets. We're in Nevada, so you could take her out of the brothel. You could put her in a house. She could go through her restoration experience, but then she's gonna go right back to the same city that exploited her in the first place. So God spoke very clearly to us. I don't want one house that's safe. I want a safe city. And that blew our minds open. We thought, okay, I don't know what that means, but we're with you. And so we actually put the safe house on hold for a while, and we said, God will show us when that's time. In the meantime, we're gonna do education and advocacy work in our community. And that'll be the fruit of the city has said, we're a safe place. And we'll watch how God's gonna provide. And so we are now on year 2 of our transitional house because God did provide. He actually had a couple donate a house to us 2 years ago. And we're about to have our first graduate leave our 2-year program right now. And so we're super proud of all the provisions that God's had, everything that we're seeing him provide, because we know how much he wants this. He's so intimately involved in the women and children that we get to come alongside of and partner with in their healing experience. So it's an absolute blessing to be a part of this and to witness his work. I would ask for your prayers in a couple of things. One, we live in a state that has legalized prostitution. We want to end that. We want to see God disrupt the legal sex trade in our state, because as a result of the legal sex trade, we're also a sex tourism state. So sex trafficking is incredibly prevalent in Nevada. In fact, it's #1 in the nation for an illegal sex trade. And so we want to see God disrupt the entire sex trade market and eliminate it. And we believe getting rid of legalized prostitution is crucial to that happening, to reducing the tourism of coming into our state and just being entitled to women's bodies for these types of things and girls' bodies. So we want to see God disrupt that. And so we ask for your prayers to come in on that and partner with us to watch his work. There's some things in the making right now that we're watching God unfold that could lead to this. Next year is what I'm believing for, actually. It'll be the 50th anniversary, 50 years of legal prostitution in Nevada. That's not something to celebrate. That's something where God says that's where it's over. And so that's what we're believing for. 2021 is the year he ends the legal sex trade in Nevada. And so we definitely cover your prayers to focus on that with us. And then another thing that we think is just a gap that we're not able to offer yet, but we're waiting for God to show us. And we feel like we might be close. We want to find some sort of social entrepreneurship and economic empowerment for women in the trade. And so when they get out, we have loads of restorative services, but there's still financial needs. And they want to have dignity in how they get their money. And so providing jobs, that's the thing we ask you specifically to partner with Awaken on, is helping us hear God and go at his timing and his provision to find a way of doing a social and economic empowerment, a social justice piece for jobs that Awaken could work alongside these women with to see come into fruition. So we thank you for this. We love this. Sarah Jane, we love you. Thank you for doing this. And just bless you all. Thank you.